let's do it.
Right, okay, so I'm here today with nephew of three-time world champion Ayrton Senna, and of course racing driver, legend in himself. So Formula One, World Endurance Championship, karting, you've done pretty much everything in the book. So where do we start then? What's been your favourite series to race in so far, would you say, Bruno?
Each series has their own merits, but I have to say GP2 was great fun. GP2 was really competitive. It was I was like getting the experience. I was learning my ways through motor racing through the ranks, and 2008 was a very successful year. I was like really confident. I knew what I was doing. I knew what I had to do, and it was awesome. So definitely showing off in front of Formula One was something I was enjoying.
Brilliant. Okay, and you cracked your way into Formula One in 2010 with the newly formed HRT team. Difficult learning year for you, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think 2010 was a tough year for many reasons, but especially because the car was so unreliable. You didn't know if you were slow or the car was slow, and even comparing to your teammates. So definitely it was a tough year mentally, and I think if I had started as a test driver for another team, you have probably made me a bit more, done a few more favors, which in the end I got it going in 2011 halfway through, and then 2012. So a few more opportunities would have been nice.
Sure. Okay. And we also heard that you were very close to getting the bronze seat in 2009 up against Rubens. How close actually were you to getting the race drive for that, or is that something you can't really say?
For 2009, when Braun actually became Braun, then there was no chance. But when I tested for Honda, when they were still the Honda team, the chances were pretty good. I think there was a good synergy going on. The team was looking for some fresh blood, and we were, I had a good first test, so I think everything was in the right way. But unfortunately, timing was not my friend, and I lost it. But it's motor racing; it's full of those things. You have to just keep fighting.
Sure. Okay. And now later on, of course, into the World Endurance Championship, you're racing with Aston Martin currently. You've raced in quite a few events throughout the season. Any chance of you racing in a few more later on?
Yeah, I think the plan is to do Interlagos, the last race of the season. Maybe with Aston Martin. Maybe there's a chance to do it with LMP2 team, because I would like to drive a prototype as well. But we need to wait another few weeks to make a decision. But looking forward to it. I mean, this year has been very sparse in terms of racing, because I'm doing the Formula E, and the Formula E starts now in September. So it's looking forward to getting some more racing under the belt this year, next year.
Brilliant. Okay, and just finally, of course, like I said earlier on in the interview, you're the nephew to three-time Formula One world champion Ayrton Senna, and you must get asked this question all the time. But how much of a legacy is that to have someone of that status, and to be related to him, and how much has it helped you throughout your career, if that makes sense?
Yeah, I mean, of course it helps a lot, because we managed to get lots of support from sponsors, from my family as well. Everything we learned throughout motor racing history. But at the same time, in a certain way, I was always held to a different standard. Always people were comparing me to Ayrton, not to the guys who I was racing against. So nowadays I look at drivers that have much less results. In my short career I had some good results, and I see drivers who have done less, let's put it that way, on the way up to Formula One. They get a Formula One drive, and you think it was so difficult for me to get a Formula One drive. I just had to really fight to the nails for it, and even though I had a good curriculum going on. So I think it's a bit of a psychological effect. People want to see Ayrton Senna in the car, not Ayrton. But I'm happy now, so it's all good.
Brilliant. Okay, Bruno, thanks for taking the time to chat to us.
No problem. My pleasure.